Welcome to Tech Carry Font for technical discussion. Subscribe Tech Query Font and click on bell icon for more updates.
Hello friend, welcome to Tech Carry Font. Today we are going to see new topic in Oracle, that is explain plan. The explain plan command is basically using in term of the query optimization or performance tunings. Okay, using explain plan command, we are find out the cost of the query. Okay, basically we are writing blindly queries, but we don't take care about that the how much execution time is taken, what is the cost of the query, it is feasible for the large amount of data. Okay, so for that basically we have to check the whether you are going to write that query, it is a proper or not proper. Okay, so today we will see how to check out the cost of your query. Okay, so let's start. Here I have created a product table. Okay, let's check data of that product. Okay, here I have put some dummy data in product table. The column are like rec id, product name, order id and cost. Okay, so this is basically dummy data, and actually I have inserted almost 40,000 records in that. Okay, to check our cost of the query. So basically I have write some loop, and using that loop I have insert data in that table. Okay, so you can do that also. Okay, so today we are going to see how to use explain plan command and how to get detailed information using the SQL plus. Okay, so I'm going to use command line SQL plus for that. Okay, so let's start. Here I have already logged in my SQL plus. Okay, so let's start it. Okay, so let's check. So basically explain plan command is basically used for the find out the query cost and its CPU utilization time. So how can we can use the SQL plus command? So here is, okay, so basically we have to run explain plan for, and after that we have to write the query. Okay, so if I am writing here query, my query is like that: select star from product table. Okay, so okay, I have fired that query, so it can the query return almost 40,000 records. Okay, so I have to identify what is the cost of the query, what CPU time utilization. So I can check using that SQL plus. Okay, so let's check that. So here basically I have write down explain plan for, and then I'm going to write my query. Okay, select star from product table semicolon. Okay, the plan is going to explain. Okay, the command runs successfully. So now we have to check the result. For that we have to write select star from table, and here we have to write dbms dot explan dot display. Okay, and then okay, what is it will give? Okay, select star from table dbms underscore x plan dot. Okay, display. So this is basically command dbms underscore explan dot display. This command will return you as what is the query cost. Okay, so basically it return the detailed information. So I have fired that query is here is select star from product, and its plan is getting executed. So in that query the detailed information like that: id, operation, name, rows, byte, cost and time. So my base query is select statement. Okay, this is select statement. Here is it will be given information table access is full, so and the table name is product, and it will return 35,000 rows almost, and the cost of the query is 68. Okay, this is a huge cost. Okay, so here is basically we have to understand that the table access. Okay, for that table access full, so in that table it will be access whole table. So basically when you fire query for one record, you have to find the particular one record. For that also it can access the whole table, so it is not feasible for the millions of records. Okay, so basically we have to reduce the cost of the query. So how can we reduce the cost? Let's check. Basically this table has detailed description here. Okay, so there is no index on that table. Okay, so I have blindly fire the command and check that. So it will be given 68%. Okay, cost. Okay, so basically we have to create an index. So basically creating index is a more efficient while query optimization and performance tuning. Okay, I have not created index on that on my table, that's why it is taking this much time. Okay, so let's check after creating a index on that particular column how much it will take time. Okay, then I'm going to create index on that table. Okay, so create unique index. Okay, this is my schema, my dev, and this is a index name on table product. Okay, and I'm going to create index on rec id. Okay, let's check. There is no index. Okay, so I'm going to fire. So I have created the index. So let's check. Here index is created. So after creating index on the table, we have to check the cost of the query can be reduced using that index. Let's check it. So before creating an index, it will be written CPU cost is 68. Okay, so after creating index on that table, the cost will be reduced. Okay, let's check. So I'm again going to create a new plan to check the cost of the query. So let's start. Explain plan for. Okay, the my query will like that. Select star from product where product where rec id equal to 1000. Okay, now I have created index on rec id column. Okay, first we have checked that. So at that time there is no index on the rec id column. Okay, at that time it will return 68 cost. Okay, then we have creating a plan after creating the index. So let's check. So plan is created. Now select from okay. Okay, so here we can check that I have created plan. Select star from product where rec id is 1000. Okay, so it will be written. Okay, so it will be written the CPU cost. Okay, it will be written CPU cost 2. Okay, and the detail section it will be on select statement table accessed by index row id product and index unique scan. Okay, so at that time after creating index, the table is accessed by the indexing. Okay, by using the indexing it will be intelligently scan the records of the table, so it will be not blindly access the table whole table, so table cost is reduced. Okay, at the time look at before creating an index it will be written got optimization cost as a 68, and after creating an index adding an index on the column it will be returning CPU cost as a 2. So there is a huge difference between that. So before you firing query you have to check that how to optimize your query. It is okay for the small number of records like 1000 records or 10,000 records, but if you are not creating proper indexing or writing proper queries in where proper where clauses joining, or if you're not taking care of null values, then at that time it will be very panic situation, that query is taking more time. So here you can see the actual result, that if I am firing query without indexing, it will be taken 68 as a cost, but after creating it will be take only 2 cost. Okay, so basically we have to always check before writing query is cost. So basically there will be another way also to how to identify cost of that query. If you are using the joining tables, in the joining table it will be written all that both the table description and details. Okay, so here it will be prediction given information that access by row id. Okay, so using that row id it will be written to cost. So let's try. uh, so I'm now going to remove, drop that index. Okay, the index is here, ind. Okay, and I'm going to drop that. Okay, the drop the selected indexes, yes, the then there is no index on the table. Okay, now I'm again firing that query. Okay, okay, then again I'm creating explain. Sorry. So queries like that, select star from product where rec id equal to 1000. Okay, note that I have dropped the index which is created on rec id column, and that is unique index. Okay, so when the index on that column, it will be given CPU cost as 2. So now let's check that after dropping the index, what is the cost of that query. Okay, so here is plan is created. So let's check. So I'm checking the plan. Okay, then after dropping the index, it will be written CPU cost as 68. So there is a huge difference between the both queries. So we have checked that before indexing what is the cost of the query, and after indexing what is of the cost of the query. So using that feature you can identify your query optimization, and including that you can optimize your queries, so it will be give you better performance. Okay, thank you for watching.